Hello, everybody. This your boy El Scorpio bringing you Halo Wars, the definitive edition on the PC. I'm playing it through Game Pass right now. Now, Halo Wars originally came out late 2000s on the 360. It was a console exclusive made by Ensemble Studios. The definitive edition came out on PC and Xbox in 2016, and where I'm playing it today, which is great because I do love this game. This was one of the very first RTSs that I really got into because I really didn't play much on the PC. Didn't really have a PC for long, and it was mainly to play MMOs at the time, like City of Heroes, Dark Age Camelot, uh, things like that. Oh, and the RTS that I really got into was Star Trek Armada 1 and 2. Now, this game launched on March 3rd, and it's set in the Halo universe, but what's cool about this is it's actually set 21 years before the events of Halo Combat Evolve. Now, the players, we lead the humans for the Battle of Harvest, the planet Harvest, and it gets crazy. The story is actually pretty good. The writing is Halo writing. Some people love it, some people hate it. I actually tend to love it. Um, you are on the ship, the Spirit of Fire. It is pretty much finding an artifact before we even find out what the Halo rings are. There's something here on Harvest. So you drop down and you go through and you pretty much have to save some Marines. First mission. Save some Marines, drive around on the Warthog, they show you the mechanics. The campaign is actually fun in this game. Well, it's fun to me, and I enjoyed it. If Then part 2, campaign mission 2, they allow you to build a base, and you slowly move your way through them, and you learn the mechanics of the game. And then part 3, you see some of the alien Covenant technology, or not Covenant, Forerunner technology. But at this time, nobody knows that it's the Forerunner technology. And what's great about this is, yes, you see the flood and everything, but the Spirit of Fire has to drop its engine so it can't travel faster than light. So everybody goes into cryogenics. So everybody thinks the Spirit of Fire is lost, and they were unable to find it. So they're unheard of during the time of the Halo battle, Halo 1, 2, and 3. And then in Halo 2, they actually get found, and it was pretty cool once they encounter the Banished. But that's a video for a different time. Now let's talk about this one, made by Ensemble. Unfortunately, this was the last game that Ensemble created, and it's not their best, but it's one of the best RTSs on the 360. And that's how you got to look at this game when you actually review it. It was made on inferior hardware with only 512 video VRAM or shared RAM for the whole console. So they had their hands tied when coming through here and working on this game. The graphics are good, better on this than on the PC than on the 360. The sound was great, very Halo. They captured the sound. The music, they did their best to give you that heavy orchestrated music, and I think they did a good job. Let's talk about the control scheme. One of the main reasons why I love this game. So easy to play with a controller. RB for all units, RB for local units, LB for all units. You hold A, you could group, paintbrush, and select multiple units. Double tap on it, you select all your unit types. Pretty standard for today's, RTSs on console. But at that time, it was great because most of them sucked. I mean, I played Warcraft 2 on the Sega Saturn. Believe it or not, I was a young kid playing that game, trying to figure out the control scheme and shit in the bed with it. But on here, It actually works. You know, you hit up or down. You know, the D-pad takes you to your units, takes you to your bases, and it's easy to cycle through. X tells them where to go. Y is your special ability. You can't put them in groups like you can in, you know, the more complicated RTSs. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, kind of like Age of Empires or Age of Mythologies, which was made by the same studio and are some of the best RTSs ever made. Currently starting to get back into them with the definitive editions and the re-releases on Game Pass, which are amazing because I played Age of Empires 2 and Age of Empires 4, and just recently Age of Mythology on the Xbox. I have it on the computer too, but my friends play on Xbox, so I play it on the Xbox, and it's great. The control scheme is very good, fits onto the controller, excellent. Same thing with here, and this is what started it all. You look at how they did it. The game itself, the population is small. You get around 30, you might be 40. Once you increase the population, maybe you could go a little bit higher. It's been a minute since I went all out and upgraded everything. But that's the sum of it. Simple design. A lot of units, no. They don't have many specialty units. I mean, you have 3 heroes, 3 heroes. So 3 UNSC, 3 Covenant. You have the Prophet, the Arbiter, and the Brute. You have Forge, who's, you know, your badass sergeant for this game. You got Captain Cutter, who controls the ODSTs and has the Mac Blast, who's my favorite one to play. I love dropping down ODSTs. And then you have, I forget her name, I think it's Anders, the scientist. She's more of the techie, more of the flight one. Forge gets better supply units, and he is able to access the Grizzly, which is a souped up, you know, tank. And the Covenant are more focused on rushing. Their heroes are stronger. They build units faster. The UNSC is a little bit better at, you know, supposedly better at turtling, but really you could just Warthog rush everybody. Put the Warthogs out, pump out Warthogs, level them up to Gauss level, and just bam, hit your enemy with 30 Warthogs, and just Gauss blast their ass. And then drop the Mac Blast, or, you know, Anders just cryo, so you're able to freeze the enemy units and continue to do it. Forge is more brute force option. He goes the brute force way. The Arbiter, he loves to get in there. He has 2 plasma swords. He's running in there. He has his energy shield, and he's going to town. You just spam him, lead him, and then some ground troops to follow him, and he will wreck your base. The Prophet, he's more of long range. He has the glass beam, so you keep him away, and then you just drop the glass beam on the bases. So you're able to rush. You're able to have fun. You're able to mix and match your strategy on what hero you build. But the UNSC is the more well-rounded of the group because they're better at turtling. They're better at turtling. They're on par with rushing. Late game, they're a little bit. They don't have the strongest unit in the game because the Covenant have the Scarab, but by the time you get the Scarab and it's so costly to build, you could bum rush them with tanks and vultures, especially with your Forge. The Grizzly is better than any, you know, ground vehicle that the Covenant have. But then, you know, you have your your heroes, your Covenant heroes, but the UNSC also has Spartans. So the Spartans could jump in the vehicle and make the vehicle stronger. So I mainly play UNSC because I like being Spartans. But I've got my ass whooped by Covenant guys, and they were able to rush faster than I ever was, and it was great to know. And you learn it as you get better and you play through the mechanics and you go through. So, unfortunately, this was Ensemble's very last game. It's not their best RTS. Even today's standards, like, you playing it on PC, you're playing it, you can see that it was limited by its technology and its controller. The control scheme at the time it was created. But Ensemble spent a whole year working on a control scheme to fit an RTS on a console. And then Microsoft turned around and said, hey, that's great, but make it into a Halo game. And that's how we got Halo Wars. So everything this game did, Creative Assembly when they created Halo Wars 2, just improved on and made it better. Do I recommend playing this game today? Hell yeah, it's on Game Pass. Go have fun with it. Play the campaign. Multiplayer is little dated for its time. Like, your army can't be big enough, but you know, if you have two buddies, boom, play 3v3. That was the limit on this for this game, and same with Halo Wars 2, 3v3. Go through, have some fun, run around with a Cyclops, which is also who Forge gets. Kind of like, you know, biped little mechs, and you run around and just fuck people up with them as well. They deal shock damage, so it's pretty cool. And the ending of this game, when the cutscene when the Spartans are beating the shit out of the Covenant, and then Forge beats up the Arbiter, or he gets lucky because he's getting his ass whooped. He gets lucky, and then he's all like, "I told you the lady wasn't here. I would have whooped your ass." It was a great line, one of my favorite lines, and it sticks with you. But the cutscenes are amazing. The story it's a Halo story. They're limited by the time period, being 21 years before the rings are destroyed. So you had that, but it was great, and I find myself enjoying it more and more that I play it, and I recommend give this a try. It's a great game. Wow, it's a good game. Easy achievements, and free on Game Pass. Why not? This your boy El Scorpio. Peace.